Hey guys, I want to give a super quick review on the new Superman movie. First off, just out the gate, go see it. I give it a solid 8 out of 10. Just throwing it out there to get the other way. Now, let's talk about it. First off, Superman. That's the Superman I want to see. Some people didn't like that, he was vulnerable and that he can get beat up. I'm cool with that. The reason I'm cool with that is because not just because of Superman, but because of Clark Kent in this movie. You feel Superman and who he actually is. He's not just a god with godlike powers. No, he's a normal person that happens to have powers and just wants to help people as much as possible. That's Superman to me anyway. And this movie really exemplified that. It also exemplified what a superhero movie should be. This is the most comic book type movie I've ever seen. When I first started watching the first 30 minutes or so, I honestly didn't like the movie. I was like, this doesn't feel right. The reason why it doesn't feel right is because it's so jarring from everything we're used to, not only in DC comic movies, but also in the Marvel stuff too. This is just, it's so comic book heavy to where I felt like a kid as the movie went on. I felt like I was when I was reading comic books as a child. That's how I felt watching this movie. Mr. Terrific is that dude. He is amazing. I'm so happy. Him, Guy Gardner, Chef's Kiss. I can watch a movie with those two being the main characters, just out running errands. Honestly, it was great. Lois, she was great. She wasn't. They didn't put what I really appreciate is they didn't put her forward in front of everything, making her super important, super big. She was there. She did her thing. Everything that she did in the movie was what you would expect a normal human to do. Same thing with Jimmy Olsen. They all had their perspective roles. They helped. They pushed forward in the film, but also they weren't distractions. Every time they were on screen and everything that they did, I felt like, yeah, that's what they should have been doing. And it wasn't like they weren't forced on us at all, which I really appreciate them not pushing the non-power people out in front of the actual superheroes. And I really, really appreciate that they were supporting characters just like they would support a hero. And I really, really like that. Lex, okay, so Lex, the actor, I think did a wonderful job. That's one of the things I didn't like. He was a little bit over the top, to be honest. And I what was kind of hard for him in this movie was because we don't have any introduction to these characters. Everything was just thrown in. We're decades into superheroes being on Earth. So his hate for superhumans or metahumans, however they say it, it was explained, but it felt really, really like a lot. And they didn't have time because it's only like a 2 hour movie. They didn't have time to really go into it as much as you would want for him to take it so far and to push so much. I get it, but at the same time, I don't think the movie was able to do. And it's not his fault at all. The movie just it was short. It was too short to really flesh out why he had this much hate for Superman within this universe. Of course, you can go to the comics and you can tell why, but as far as the movie, you don't really get that as much as you would need to if you're somebody who doesn't know his origin. So, but I do like that he had a team with him. It wasn't just him doing everything by himself. He had a full team of people helping him out. So I really like that aspect of it. But overall, guys, this is a good movie. I really like it. I know my people who love the Snyderverse and everything. Hey, you still got those movies. You can watch them as many times as you want to. That's there forever. Henry Cavill is the GOAT. I love him. I didn't like his Superman. I like the actor, but I did not like his Superman at all. Up until the last film he was in, I did kind of like how they were trying to portray him. But overall, guys, this is Superman. This is who Superman is supposed to be. He's supposed to bring hope. He's justice. He wants to help people. He's a farm boy that just wants to do the right thing, and he happens to have godlike powers. That's the kind of Superman that I want to see going forward. I will say this. I do want him to be stronger in the movies to come, and I think that will happen over time because he's still a fairly young Superman. He's like, I think 30 in this movie or something like that. I don't know. But as he gets a little bit older, I want him to be portrayed stronger and more fierce in battle. But yeah, for this first movie, I loved it. So tell me what you think. But yeah, take care. Deuces.